on the photo, okay. There's also a bunch of books, like the bust is sitting on books, and I thought that was cool. So that's that one. I think that's my favorite piece I've ever done. But this next one is interesting. It's just another photo off of Pinterest, but you were supposed to do something with a lot of emotion to it, like something that really displays emotion. So I did this one. This person is very angry. You can see the hands are like then she's like anyways. So yeah, this was interesting. I wish I had done it a little bit differently now that I'm looking at it. Like, I don't love how the neck is done. I don't know. I don't love it. It's not my favorite. I do think it displays emotion though, and that is what the goal was. There's her other hand right here in her clothes. You can see that they're like scrunched up because her shoulders are pulled up like this. And then this was interesting. My art teacher told me to do it. I don't know how much I love it, but it's like trying to show the emotion like spiking off of her in waves. So that was an artistic decision, I suppose. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but given that I think I was like a freshman when I made this, I think it's pretty good. I love the shadows in here, like how dark it gets and how dark the eyelashes are. Because something I struggle with is, like, you call it keeping your darks dark and keeping your lights light. In art, you keep your shadows very dark. You set a very dark tone. You keep your lights very lights. Like if I was drawing myself right now, these would be my lights, like these highlights along here, and my darkest darks would be like this in here, where it's super dark and like it's in a lot of shadow. So oh, I titled it art is never finished, and it just keeps going. Oh gosh, this was the first art piece I ever made in my freshman art class. It was to draw your favorite food, and one of my favorite food is a potato, because I couldn't think of anything better. So you've got, I guess, a sack of potatoes, a potato, and then, like, it was supposed to be breakfast potatoes, you know, you you simmer the breakfast potatoes and stuff, and you add your seasoning and everything. I think those are supposed to be breakfast potatoes. I'm not quite sure what I was doing, but anyways, I guess freshman me she knew what she wanted, and she wanted potatoes. Okay, this next one was just like an art study of like hands. So I don't know if any of you know, but artists hate drawing hands because they're so like weird and complex, and there's 5 fingers and they're kind of the same, but they're not the same. But so this is my study on hands, I guess. This one I had my nail polish on, and that's like the reflection of the nail polish. I think we had different amounts of time to do each also, so this one was like 5 minutes. This might have been 4, then 3, then 2 or something. But yeah, that's really interesting to look at, because these are actually decent hand drawings. And I forgot they were there. But yeah, so hands are an absolute nightmare to draw. Like, if you look at some really good, not some really good artists, but like, artists who draw stuff for fun, they'll often do like an entire body and everything. The hands will just be like clumps like this, because that's what I do when I sketch people, until I can go back in and add detail, because it is so much easier to do than to have to go through and change everything up. Okay, so this next one is a funny story behind it. So we were gonna have a drawing competition, right? I am extremely competitive and I want to win everything that I do. That's just me. Anyways, but I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I drew Edward Cullen? That's funny, right? Edward Cullen is funny. But then we got in there and they were like, okay, we're gonna have you draw something, and then we're gonna have you turn it into a monster. And I was talking to the assistant teacher, and I was like, well, I really had my heart set on drawing Edward Cullen. Can I do that? And she said, yeah, I mean, he's a vampire, go for it. So we did it. I cranked this bad boy out. I had like 45 minutes to do it. That's why it's so rough. But everything about this piece scares me. The fact that I labeled it, the hair, the little fangs I added. What was I doing? I love it, but what was I doing? The cheeks, the nose. Oh my god, the eyebrows. They're just blocks. Oh goodness gracious. But yeah. So I did win that drawing competition. I got Jolly Ranchers for it, but I remember these things so vividly. I'm so motivated by food in all of my endeavors. But anyways, so yeah, that is hilarious. And then I took it around. I was showing everyone. I'm like, look, I drew Edward Cullen, because I think that it's really funny. I read Twilight at a point in time in my life where I was just like super down. So then I like emotionally attached to it, and I acknowledge that the series makes no sense. It's very ridiculous. The entire thing is ridiculous. But the books will have a special place in my heart. The movies are just a comedy. They're so funny, but the books, they have a place in my heart that they will never lose. So this next one is a self-portrait. But this is a self-portrait when I was in, I want to say a freshman class, because it's not the same level as my later art. It's just very, very rough. So this is what we got. I think I was posing like this. Kind of look at the side. It doesn't really look like me at all. The jaw's way too wide. The eyes are too far apart. The forehead's not big enough. But like, kudos to me for doing this. You know, you can see there's this technique here. I was just basically mass gesture, where you take a pencil, you throw it on its side, and you just like use the lead in super duper rough wide streaks to try to get your shadows placed. it's really hard to get like a proper grip on, and it's also really hard to explain. But yeah, so this next piece is another just online photo, but it's of an older person. Oh gosh, they look so different when I look at them in the viewfinder. Anyways, but you can see the mass gesture, the aggressive shadows and highlights. I think this one definitely has a much better grip on what's going on than my other one did. The teeth aren't scary. I will give it that. The teeth aren't scaring me, which is good because teeth can easily get scary. You can see the detail around the eyes, the shadows under the hair. I actually did stuff with like the shirt and the neck. I like this one, the nose. It looks squishy. So that's cool. That's jazzy. This next one is another like self-portrait of myself, but from later on. I don't know how old I was when I did this one, but I think it looks a lot more like me. Is it dated? Of course I didn't date it. It's proportions of a human head, so I guess I used my human head for it. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, so this one, I think it looks a little bit more like me. It's definitely like, if you look at it from, no, that's just even weirder. It looks, hold on, let's see if I can get it up. It looks more like me. I don't know. It looks more like me than the other one looks like me. I also think artists very much have like a skewed idea of what they themselves look like. So to me, this looks like me. The head's a little bit too long. The nose isn't quite wide enough, like it doesn't flare out enough here and here. And I would say that like just the cheeks are too, like it's too long, I guess, in relation to everything. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty spot on, and I think it's really well done for like a 14-year-old drawing it. But there's some inconsistencies in there that bother me. One day I will be able to draw a perfect self-portrait of myself, but that day, once again, is not today. So I have a couple of paintings over here that I've done. A lot of them are incomplete, so I'll just show the complete ones. I have more, but I wasn't going to go fish those out because I have a bunch of them. The first one is my Hogwarts painting. I think I did this in 7th grade, so it is old. You can see up here I tried to dip white paint, like dip in white paint, then flick it on the canvas, and it didn't work because acrylics don't spray like that. Fun fact. Anyways, but this is a painting in acrylics. I think the most interesting part about it is it's really just 3 colors. It's black, blue, and yellow with some white thrown in there. So all of this was just like a test in whether or not I could do fine details in acrylics. But yeah, I think it's a cool painting. So it hangs above my Hobbit painting up there. My Hobbit painting, Hogwarts painting, mansion painting. Those are the only 3 I have hanging up in my space. I need to probably do more. I'm working on more paintings, but I mean, between ASMR and work and everything, it's like, when do I have time to paint? But yeah, so this bad boy's pretty cool. He never actually got finished, so over here you can see I have the lines to do the finishing touches, like the pencil lines drawn in there. I never finished it. I don't think I ever will, actually. But yeah, that's kind of cool. But that one is never getting done. I'll leave it halfway done for the sakes of myself, I guess. This next one, I don't think you guys have ever seen before. Ever. Oh, what does it say in the back? Oh, I made a joke about Watson and the shark. I write it on the back of my canvases. So this says, if it doesn't turn into Watson and the shark, I'll be sad. So I painted this one in 2022. February 6th of 2022. Crazy. Anyways, so Watson and the Shark is a painting at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's just really funny. The shark, like, is trying to eat this guy, but the guy who painted the shark has obviously never seen a shark before, and he has these big voluptuous lips. Go Google it, it's hilarious. So scales. You have some that are smaller, some that are bigger. Overall, I love this painting. I think it is so cool. I love this painting. I'll show you guys the entirety of the mansion. So, the mansion painting, I did not write anything on the back, but this is her. She's not perfect. I know that, but I wanted to have an excuse to paint these Corinthian columns. So, they're not the best, but they were really difficult when I did them. I don't know how old this is. How old would this be? That one's from 2022. This one's probably from 2020. I'm thinking about it, but yeah. So this is that. I really put all my energy into doing the columns, and I just kind of splattered some green on there. But something interesting about this is there's like a silhouette in the window here, and it's in reference to, I was seeing one of my like old friends that I don't